Today, I'm sharing 5 of the best carry-on suitcases because of their helpful features for airline travel this year. You will see the best hardshell carry-on and soft-sided luggage that is on the market today. Before you travel with a carry-on suitcase or checked luggage, I'm going to teach you what features your bag must have. The number one feature for these carry-on bags is the capacity inside your suitcase in which you can pack. Even if your airline has small, strict size dimensions or weight restrictions, I want you to be able to utilize all of the space that's inside your suitcase. Open up the suitcase and check the corners. Can you pack shoes or clothing all the way to the edges of your suitcase and the corners? You'll notice this bubblegum pink suitcase that I bought is not even wide enough when you turn it to the side. So I quickly returned that. I like to test the space inside my carry-on bags by putting a paper towel roll from Costco or a jumbo size roll of paper towel. And one tip is to lay them horizontally inside the suitcase or vertically, just to see if the suitcase edges go all the way up to the top of that paper towel roll. You'll see that in my blue suitcase, there is a gap when I close it. Another way you can compare the space inside a carry-on suitcase is by packing clothes in a packing cube or a compression packing cube. I have packed 4 t-shirts and a pair of shorts in each of these compression cubes. You start with one zipper and that zips the cube. Then you use the second really strong high quality zipper to compress the air. That's why I like using them. But you can pack them just like you would your paper towel rolls. You're going to lay them horizontally. You're going to see if there's space to stack 2 of those cubes. It doesn't mean that it's a bad suitcase if you cannot stack them, but I want you to figure out which will give you the most packing space. I also have tested my suitcase space with a pair of boots. You want to lay the boot on its side and see if you can pack that boot in each of the sides of your suitcase. Or if it's like my normal carry-on that's 2-wheeled, that's where I store everything. If you have a video about how to store or organize your travel essentials in between flights, I will link it for you. But with this one, there is only one flap that opens, as well as the one that my son has by Ricardo. It opens with one flap. We bought this one for him probably 10 years ago when the spinner wheels were just coming out, and I thought, oh, it's never gonna last. But it has been fantastic. The newest carry-on that I bought this year does not have an outer pocket, and I have thought that I must have an outer pocket, but now I feel like it may give you more space inside the entire suitcase if you take away that outer pocket. This one is 6.5 pounds, and it is fantastic. I'm going to show you more as we test. Now, I am a pilot wife and I have been rugged with my carry-on bags. We fly standby most of the time, so we have to travel in a carry-on suitcase, and I am not gentle with them. So I'm giving you this expert advice from a non-gentle, rugged, cobblestone road perspective from Europe or Savannah, Georgia. The number 2 feature that your carry-on bags must have, like mine do, is durable wheels. There are 3 types of wheels to look for. You can have the double wheels. Both of these blue ones have the double wheels, and to me, that helps stabilize the balance of your carry-on bag. And a tip is if you do overpack maybe and your suitcase tips over, you want to pack your heaviest items like your shoes near the base of the bag that it will be in if it's standing upright, if that makes sense. You also want rugged wheels, wheels that can stand up to being banged against curbs, cement curbs, going off the escalator or cobblestone roads, like I mentioned. And then the third type of wheels that you must have in your carry-on bags is embedded wheels. You want them to be embedded somewhat. Here's an example of embedded wheels. The Travel Pro makes the best embedded wheels. You can see that half of the wheel is protected and embedded inside the carry-on bag. Even the wheels in this suitcase that goes under the airplane seat, they are embedded halfway, which is great, and it cuts down on the height of your suitcase. I did an entire video on how I packed 8 outfits inside an airplane under the seat bag that I will link for you. It is a high quality bag. I also have this one just to mention. One tip that I have noticed that some carry-on suitcase companies are doing. When I bought it a few years ago, it was called an under the seat bag, and it does not fit under any airplane seat, but if weight or size is a problem for you, that one will fit in the overhead bins, even on the small airplanes. I wasn't planning on talking about that suitcase. The reason I bought this one is because I walked into JCPenney's because I had to park there in our local mall, and they have a fantastic luggage section. So I tested out several of them, and I did not like a lot, but this one I loved. 2 types of wheels to avoid when choosing a carry-on suitcase are the hollow sounding plastic wheels. You want to test them by tapping the wheels. If it is that rubber sound, that means it's going to be higher quality. And another type of wheel to avoid is the type where the suitcase wheels are hanging by a thread of plastic, which means they could easily pop off if they're thrown into the belly of the airplane or going through baggage claim, all those little pipelines. When I got this suitcase, I tested the wheels, and I was skeptical of it only having one single wheel under each corner. So after tapping it and finding out that was good, I inspected closer, and there are 2 prongs on either side of the wheel. Then there's also a cylinder that part of the wheel goes up inside, and it is also somewhat embedded inside the base of the suitcase. So because of those, I know that I could trust that feature for high quality luggage travel today. And I've flown with it once already, and it has been tested with my rugged personality or rugged perspective, and I can recommend it. I forgot to mention the expansion on this is like 2 inches. It has a lot of space inside it. I love it. I also test my carry-on luggage features with the push method. I test mine rolling them over carpet. But one caveat is that most airports are getting rid of carpet, so that is not really an issue, but it's something that may help you. One hot topic when choosing a carry-on suitcase is hard shell luggage versus soft-sided suitcases. And that is just really a personal opinion I found with a former video that I made, so I'll let you choose that. The third feature is organization in your luggage. If you must have a lot of organization, I highly recommend soft-sided suitcases because they have the extra space on that outside flap to put pockets. But one travel tip is that you can be in charge of adding organization to your carry-on bags by using little pouches. In this carry-on suitcase, it has an inner flap that is very tight and shallow. I guess that's a good way to describe it. A lot of people do not pack in that pocket because you can barely fit anything down in there. But I want to say a packing tip is to think in a different way. I packed roll-up travel slippers for the hotel room in the flat way, and they fit fine down in there. Put a hat, gloves down in there, anything that's flat, even flip-flops for when you get to your resort and your room's not ready and you're ready to change out of those snow boots. Just utilize all the pockets if that would help you. The pocket in my pink Samsonite carry-on is fantastic. I mean, I can open it so wide to pack more cubes in or lots of different essentials for travel. There are 2 features in an outside pocket of a suitcase that are helpful for you while traveling, and that is for easy access through the airport security line. I am going to pack my passport or my hoodie that I've got to untie from around my waist, even though I have TSA pre-check. I'm going to stash those in there quickly, and then after airport security, I can put them where they need to go in a more secure location. It's just having easy access in the airport before I'm going to get on the plane. And number two is that you can pack more things in that outer pocket. You're going to extend packing. I packed shoes, I have packed hats, gloves, your laptop, but one important travel tip is to remember that your bag could get checked last minute. So have your laptop or other medicine so that you can transfer them to your personal item bag if it happens last minute. Many of you want luggage locks. We have never used them, but if it helps you feel less stressed because you stress less about that, then have them. The fourth feature for carry-on luggage this year is that it has low added space in which to pack. If you'll notice, between both of these wheels, the suitcase comes down in between there. That is giving you 2 extra inches of space in which to pack. And if you are going into, like I did, like Kohl's, TJ Maxx, Walmart even, some of them are so cheaply built. They're just a rectangle and the wheels are hanging by a thread of plastic. That means they are taking away 2 inches of packing space for you. So be sure to check out that feature. Here are some small features I noticed. Protection on the outside edges. The added buffer protects them from dents happening in the airport or the airplane. And the number 5 feature that I love in carry-on luggage and what I dislike strongly is the spinner wheel capability. It is so easy to push your suitcase down the aisle in the airplane now. And then another reason is for entering the airport bathroom stalls, which a local TV show showed me when they had me on their show going into the bathroom stall. I had no idea they were going to use that clip to introduce me. I will link that little 6-minute segment up there for you. The spinner wheels make your suitcase so easily maneuverable. And what I do not like about these suitcases is how awkward it is to open them and place on a hotel luggage rack. I want to challenge one of you, my brilliant travel subscribers, to invent a luggage rack for these spinner open like a book suitcases. It is so awkward. And one travel tip, if you need a luggage rack, is one, to invest in one for yourself or for your guest room. And my other travel tip is do not get the one that we got. It is like wrought iron and there are all these moving parts and I get a bruise on my ankle every time I'm setting it up. But I did buy one for my mom, which is like the old-timey lounge chairs, which you just open up and there it was. And it's a little stretchy and it's super lightweight. That's a great gift idea for yourself. The most surprising carry-on luggage tip is that I could pack more shoes in my 20-inch suitcase versus my 22-inch one that I've had for almost 20 years. I have no idea why, but I think it's because I have 2 sides in which to pack instead of just a little bit deeper side to pack for that one. The next carry-on bag feature to look for is the button and side handle. Does your thumb match the size of that little button? Is it too big to depress down into the handle? You also want to check the quality of pressing your handles down inside the suitcase because you're going to need to do that pretty quickly. You walk down the jet bridge, put the handles down, and then push it through or pick it up. So test that. And then I must have a side handle on my luggage, and here's why. A lot of people did not understand this when I said I gave away my high quality Delcy suitcase last year. The handle was on the right side, okay? If you're looking at your suitcase handle, okay, you're gonna stand behind that. If you're left-handed, it's great if the handle is on the right side. But I'm right-handed, so here's why. If you'll notice, the handle is down here. Look how much space I'm going to be lifting. If you turn it around, then my hand is on the top of the suitcase, not the base. So I cannot lift it as easily. You'll see in this one, the handle is on a diagonal, which is okay. Even if it's horizontal, it's okay because it still gives you that oomph when you're lifting your suitcase. A bonus feature and 2 brand new high quality suitcases that I found for you this year is 1, test the zippers. You want to make sure you test the zipper quality over the edges and back down. You want to see how easily you can work the zipper with one hand only, and then also if it gives you any scratches. You don't want to mess up your nail or your skin with a cheap zipper quality. All right, and then when I did walk into JCPenney's, because I had to park there, I was so surprised that they have a lot of the Ricardo brand, and I think most of them are soft-sided, but they're spinner, so 4 wheels. The quality was excellent and the fill space inside was fantastic. And then another brand, I did not like a lot of brands that they had, but the other brand that was luxurious looking and high quality to me was the Skyway carry-on suitcase. So check that one out if you happen to be there. It has so much organization on the soft-sided ones. The wheel quality is fantastic. Their suitcases were beautiful as well. If you are skeptical of any of my advice, go into a store and test on your own, or make sure when you're ordering from Amazon, for example, that you do have free shipping and returns, or wherever you're ordering from. I do have to say that my favorite suitcase, I think, is still this one. It's 8 pounds, but it does not feel like it whatsoever. I can pack so much in it, but I have only flown with this one time. I'm planning a girls trip to Nashville, so I will be able to use it again very soon. And I wanted to tell you that I have the ultimate packing list printable for you after March. So if you're watching this after then, just go to the description box below for that. And I also have a video about what you do not necessarily need to pack, or some items that are helpful for a long haul flight. I will put that one for a really long flight up here, and then some international tips videos and other videos down in the description box. And here's how you find it. You can now look at the first comment. I have put all of my information in the very first comment if I remember to, or right above the shirts that I designed for our channel, you'll see the beginning of a paragraph, and just click show more or read more, or the upside down caret if you're on your iPad, I think, or a phone, I can't remember. Anyway, thanks for your time and good luck, and have such a beautiful vacation again. Oh my gosh.